14,000. That is roughly how many times your dog will watch you stand up from a chair in their lifetime. And every single time they leap into your spot, they are executing an ancient chemical ritual that humans forgot 10,000 years ago.
In the wild, occupying a resting place is never an accident.
It is a vow of protection, and every time you shoo your dog off that cushion, you are accidentally breaking a promise they spent all afternoon waiting for. Welcome to Perfect Relaxation. By the end of this video, you will understand the exact neurochemical, thermal, and psychological sequence that triggers the moment your body leaves that cushion, and you will never look at a stolen chair the same way again. You take 3 steps toward the kitchen. Before you even reach the doorway, your dog has already spun twice in your seat, buried their muzzle deep into the warm fabric, and let out a long, heavy exhale. To understand why that specific cushion is irresistible, you have to step inside your dog's sensory universe. You process the room through your eyes. Your dog processes it through 300 million olfactory receptors compared to your meager 6 million. Their olfactory bulb is 40 times larger than yours relative to brain size. When you sit in a chair for an hour, you do not just warm the cushion. You deposit a dense, layered chemical portrait, skin lipids, microsweat, trace cortisol and oxytocin, your exact emotional state, written in scent. When your dog presses their nose into that fabric, scent molecules travel directly through their nasal cavity to the limbic system, the brain's ancient emotional processing center, bypassing conscious thought entirely. Research on canine neurobiology reveals that smelling a familiar owner's scent triggers an immediate spike in the caudate nucleus, the brain's reward center. Your seat is not just furniture. It is the most concentrated, non-physical version of your presence available on Earth. Tonight, when you get up from your favorite spot, resist the urge to immediately shoo your dog away. Watch them for 10 seconds. Notice how their nostrils flare, how their shoulders drop, and how their breathing slows. If you must leave the house for work, take a soft shirt you wore for 2 hours and lay it over their dog bed. You are giving their nervous system the exact chemical anchor they seek when they jump into your chair. They are not stealing your cushion. They are wrapping themselves in the physical echo of your presence. You return with your glass of water and stand over your dog. They look up at you, tail giving one soft thump against the cushion, making zero effort to move. Old-school dog advice would tell you they are testing your authority. They think they own the house. That outdated dominance myth has damaged human-dog relationships for decades. In wild canine pack dynamics, lower-ranking or closely bonded members do not take the leader's resting place to challenge them. They occupy it to preserve it. When pack members leave a sleeping area to hunt or patrol, remaining bonded individuals hold that space. It keeps the scent signature intact and protects the territory from external disruption. When your dog occupies your seat, their instincts are executing a preservation behavior. They are holding your space until the primary bonded figure returns. Attachment studies in domestic dogs confirm this. Dogs with the highest scores for secure attachment to their humans display the highest frequency of seat-taking and item-seeking behaviors when their owner steps away. The more profoundly your dog trusts you, the more driven they are to hold your physical footprint. Instead of shoving your dog off or using a stern voice, try the touch and shift method. Place your hand gently on their shoulder. Wait 3 seconds for their eye contact and softly invite them to slide over beside you. This honors their instinct to guard your spot while gently reclaiming your space without triggering confusion or fear. They are not trying to be the boss of your chair. They are acting as the self-appointed guardian of your place in the world. There is a patch of golden sunlight streaming onto the rug 3 feet away. There is a memory foam dog bed in the corner that cost you $100. Yet your dog ignores both to scramble onto a plain wooden dining chair the split second you stand up. Beyond scent and social hierarchy, there is an invisible biological reality at work: thermoregulation. A dog's baseline body temperature sits between 102 degrees and 102, 5 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than our own body temperature. Their metabolism burns at a higher rate, which means maintaining core body heat requires continuous metabolic energy. Studies on canine energetics demonstrate that dogs expend measurably less caloric energy when resting on a pre-warmed surface compared to a room temperature floor. Your body heat leaves behind a localized thermal pocket that stays warm for 3 to 5 minutes after you stand up. Your seat represents a rare biological jackpot. It is thermally efficient,
biologically safe, and saturated with your comforting scent. Your dog did not calculate this with math. Their evolutionary biology steered them to the single most energy-conserving spot in the room.
If your dog seems obsessed with stealing your warm spot during winter months, place a safe, low-voltage pet heating pad or a warm water bottle on their own bed near your desk. When they realize their bed offers the same thermal comfort, they will alternate happily between your lap and their heated sanctuary. It is the ultimate canine luxury, your warmth keeping their body calm long after your physical contact has paused. You have not even stood up yet. You just finished typing a sentence or shifted your hips on the couch, and your dog's ears instantly perk up. They are already standing, tail tensed, positioning themselves at the edge of your seat before your feet even touch the floor. How did they know? Dogs are pattern recognition marvels operating on a level of observational subtlety that humans rarely comprehend. They do not wait for you to stand. They read the microsignals that precede your standing by 10 to 15 seconds. Cognitive research from animal behavior laboratories shows that dogs map human behavioral sequences with extreme precision. They catalog the subtle auditory click of your phone turning off, the change in your breathing pattern before you speak, the microtension in your core muscles before you weight shift. To your dog, your body is a walking weather report. They are not reacting to your movement. They predicted it 3 seconds ago based on cues you didn't even know you produced. Test this tomorrow morning. Sit on the couch and mentally prepare to get up, but do not move your legs. Notice how your dog reacts. Watch their eyes track your shoulders. Recognizing how intensely your dog studies you builds a deep appreciation for just how focused their world is on your every movement. They do not just watch you, they live 3 seconds ahead in your future, simply because you are the center of their universe. Close your eyes for a moment, just a moment. Imagine living in a world where you cannot read the news, you cannot look at a calendar, and you cannot ask when the person you love most is coming back. Your entire reality is built on sensory fragments: the sound of a key in a lock, the warmth left on a cushion, the lingering scent of someone who means safety in a chaotic world. You spend hours listening to the quiet house, and then the person who holds your world together stands up. They walk into another room. For 30 seconds, their chair is empty, but it is still radiating their heat. It still smells like safety. If you could climb into that warmth, wrap yourself in that smell, and feel like they never really left,
Wouldn't you do it?
that is your dog every single day. When your dog settles into your vacant seat, they rarely stay alert. Within 60 seconds, their eyes grow heavy, their muscle tone goes limp, and they drop into a deep, vulnerable sleep right where you were sitting. In nature, sleep is the state of maximum vulnerability. Predators and wild canids never sleep in exposed or unfamiliar locations. Choosing where to close your eyes is an evolutionary decision tied directly to survival.
When a dog chooses to sleep in your seat, they are choosing to let down their sensory guard in the spot that holds the highest concentration of your identity.
Attachment science categorizes this as safe harbor behavior. In human canine attachment tests, a dog's willingness to enter deep REM sleep in an owner-scented space is one of the strongest indicators of a secure, low-stress bond. They are not just taking a nap. They are declaring to the world that your residual presence is strong enough to shield them from danger. The next time you return to your seat and find your dog fast asleep, do not startle them or push them off abruptly. Sit down right next to them on the cushion or gently slide your legs under them. Let them feel your real warmth replace the lingering warmth you left behind. You spent money on their beds, their toys, and their food, but your seat is the one thing money cannot buy, because your seat smells like love. Think about what we have uncovered today. When your dog leaps into your seat the second you stand up, it is not laziness. It is not disrespect. And it is certainly not a battle for dominance. It is 300 million scent receptors looking for comfort. It is an ancient pack instinct holding your space until you return. It is a clever biological search for thermal efficiency. It is the product of thousands of hours spent studying your micro-movements. And above all, it is a dog telling you in the quietest way possible that you are their safe place in this world. Your dog will live 10, 12, maybe 15 years if you are lucky. To you, that chair is just a piece of furniture you bought at a store. To your dog, that chair is the center of their home, because it is where you rest. So tonight, when you stand up to get a glass of water and turn around to find your spot stolen, don't be in a rush to move them. Smile, lean down, Give them a quiet stroke behind the ears and sit right beside them.
Because it was never about the cushion. It was always about you.
If this video helped you understand your dog a little deeper today, subscribe to Perfect Relaxation. Every week we decode another piece of your dog's silent language, not to judge, not to lecture, but to help you hear what they have been saying all along. This is Perfect Relaxation. We will see you next week.